All right, we are live. Guys, today we have a very, very special show today in our podcast. We have Mayra Flores that is running for Congress. Mayra has shown a different type of a candidate, a candidate that isn't. Let's just say she's not going with the current, she's going against the current, because right now there's so many different things that are happening out here in our country. And Myra is not afraid to stand for what she believes in. And of course, today with our Rising Texan, we have a appreciation for those that are for the people and not afraid to take on the establishment. So we really appreciate that, and her taking the time to come on our show. I've seen Myra. She participates in several events. She participates. She was at CPAC not too long ago in Dallas. She was there when President Trump was down there in the valley. And to me, she's a superstar being able to be in those areas, right? We weren't invited out there, but the Rising Texan is a growing platform out here for everybody. Just real quick before we bring her on, she is waiting in the backstage, so to speak. We want to thank our sponsors right away. Rodriguez Consulting and Services. Guys, if you need any kind of business consulting, Rodriguez Consulting and Services, 830-971-4068. Give them a call. They can help you with any kind of type of nonprofit setup, business setup, taxes. These guys are legit. I do my business with them, and I will not take my business with anyone else. But besides them, El Algarve Liquors, of course, they're big sponsors of ours. And Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon, they're always very generous to us. Best barbecue in town. So if you guys have a chance to visit, please visit them. Eat Fit, Eagle Pass. Of course, if you're trying to get the best body in town, you got to eat right. Eat Fit, Eagle Pass. First Choice Home Medical. There's no choice other than First Choice Home Medical, guys. And of course, last but not least, Tint Masters. You need your vehicle tinted, hit up my friend Carl Kidd, and he'll hook you up with a whole tint set that is out of this world. Now, let's go ahead and bring on Miss Mayra Flores, which is the reason you guys are tuning in for. And Mayra, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Staying busy for sure.
No, yeah. I can just imagine. I've been following your page for a little while, and you're practically everywhere, Mayra. And much respect, because, of course, if
Thank
you're running
you.
for Congress, you have to be everywhere. And
Yes.
I've read your bio. I've kept up with you just kind of recently, and we appreciate you here in the Rising Texan. We're not the biggest platform right now, but we are a growing platform. So we appreciate your time and
Oh,
and,
thank
and
you.
coming on here. Even though most of the constituents that we have here may not be in your district, but I do think that the message you have and that I've seen is very important for not just your district, our district, or for the state of Texas as a whole
Absolutely.
in our country.
Absolutely.
And
I agree.
the first thing that I kind of want to get down to is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I mean, um, we've read your bio. I think I've put out your bio in our social media to our followers. But tell us a little bit about yourself, as far as who's the person behind the campaign. who is a real person, because that's what we're really interested in.
Well, first, I want to thank you for having me here. It really means a lot to have your support. And well, it really all started when I came here to the United States when I was 6 years old. That's where everything changed for me. I was born in Mexico. I was blessed to come here to the United States thanks to my father. He became an American citizen and filed for his family, and I was truly blessed to have that opportunity to come here. Both my parents are migrant workers, so I did move a lot growing up. It wasn't easy. I was 6 months out of the year in up in the Panhandle, and then 6 months out of the year here in South Texas. But I learned a lot. Here in South Texas, I was the majority, and up in the Panhandle, I was the minority. So I had an amazing childhood, even though at a very early age, I worked in the cotton fields, helping my parents, making sure that we had everything that we needed from even at 13 years old. I wanted to be able to provide for myself and also my sisters as well. So at very early age, I started working in the cotton fields, and I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And decided to graduate high school, graduated in San Benito, Texas. Later on, became a respiratory care practitioner. And that's really whenever I really started seeing the need here in South Texas, working with the elderly community as a respiratory care practitioner, going house to house, seeing how much need there was. And that's when I started questioning, why does Bronzeville look the same? Why does San Benito look worse? And when I graduated, why am I not seeing this economic development here in South Texas? Why am I not seeing, the poverty decrease? We have one of the highest poverty rates as well. Our children are not graduating high school, and none of these things were being questioned, and we continue to vote for the same people. And listen, I'm a Republican, but if you're not doing your job, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, vote them out. We don't owe them anything. They're supposed to be working for us, for us. So that's something that I, started seeing, so okay, who's in Congress? Democrat. Who's in state? Democrat. I started realizing, wait a minute, they're all Democrats. For how long? Forever. I realized that they had been in Democrat. I was like, wow, so this area has always had a Democrat congressman, a Democrat senator, uh, Texas state as well. Everything Democrat. So that's whenever I started realizing, okay, we need to start looking at the other side and see what they have to offer. And honestly, what do we have to lose? And I think that the Democrat will start actually working and doing their job once they see that they will be voted out if they don't do their job. So it's all about accountability. And that's whenever I started just, opening my mind, wanting to get more involved here in the local politics as well. So 4 years ago, I reached out to Adrian Pena. She's our chairwoman here in Hidalgo County, and said, "Hey, how can I help you? What can I do?" So we opened a Hispanic outreach chapter where we would just educate the community on the Republican Party's platform and Democrat Party's platform. We wanted them to know exactly what they were voting for. And believe it or not, most of the time people did not know what they're voting for. And they realized that the values that they actually aligned more with the Republican Party, and they realized that they were Republicans and not Democrats. And we just kept on working, kept on pushing, and we showed in 2020, even though President Trump did not get reelected here in South Texas, we did send a strong message that we do not have to vote Democrat, that the Democrat Party does not own our vote, our loyalty. And that message got to them. And within 30 days of my congressional announcement, Filemon Vela announced he was not running for reelection. And the reason why was because he's never had to work for his seat. Not a single sign did he put up asking the people, vote for me. I will work for you. Nope. He just took us for granted, and the people did vote for him, but he did see the red wave. President Trump had an 83% increase in support compared to 2016 in our district. That was a strong message there, and that's where I see the potential in my community. And like I said, I'm proud to be a Republican because that's where my conservative values align to, but I'm here for all people. For me, it's important to hear everyone. Once I become elected, I'm not just going to be representing the Republicans. No, I'm going to be representing all people of District 34. Every voice matters to me. And whether you support me or not, I'm going to work really hard to earn your support.
No, no, no. That resonates a lot. I think that you hit the nail on the head whenever you said about the voting switching here, especially along the border, because
Especially.
down in your district, of course, San Benito, which is not too far from Eagle Pass and being a border town and everything. But Eagle Pass as well saw its kind of flip over to where um, it's turning more red now.
Yes.
It's not something that it overturned completely, but
No,
I
it went
think
purple. We
yeah
went purple.
yeah
Yeah,
exactly.
we went purple. Zapata County and District 28 flipped, and in our district, Jim Wells also. Um, there are so many counties that flipped from blue to red. And yes, we didn't go completely red, but we did definitely move the needle, and we went purple.
No, yeah, and we've talked. Now that you say Jim Wells, we actually interviewed Amanda Sue Frederick from Jim Wells that's running for county.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She's
We interviewed.
very hardworking, and
We
she's
really
one of the
respect.
reasons why it flipped. She is.
No, yeah, and we interviewed her. I want to say about a month ago, and we promised we would bring her back on too because she was such a good interviewee, I guess if you want to say, right. But
Yeah,
what I want to say is that I'm really impressed with the way you're running your campaign.
thank
It
you.
really is something that you are taking taking initiative for one thing. And now you say you're pro America, you're pro law enforcement, veterans, of course. Now, one thing that we did want to ask, and it might be a little touchy subject, right?
Yes, it's okay.
Was how do you feel about the what's going on in the state right now with the state legislature, with about the Democrats, taking a nice little flight over to Washington D.C. and avoiding the voting that may be going on or needs to be going
Hmm.
on locally as a state. I know
Yeah,
you're running for Congress, which is
right,
something different than the
right.
state legislature. But
Hmm.
what is your feeling on that?
Well, I mean, I wish I could say you're fired. I wish I could tell them you're fired, out of here. But I don't have the power to say that. But if I could, I would fire every single one of them. Um, I find it a disrespect towards us, for sure, because they're supposed to be representing us. If you're against voter this law, then vote no. No one is forcing you to vote for it. Now, I support it. I don't understand how anyone would not support a voter ID. Why would you be against requiring a voter ID? We need a voter ID practically for everything. Why wouldn't we need it to go vote? And I did look into detail everything, and I just don't understand how anyone can be against it. But if you are against it, go and vote against it. But they don't want to meet quorum. That's why. That's why they're not there. And that's why they left DC. But that's not what they were elected to do.
Yeah.
That's not what they were elected to do. Like I said, if you do not support it, go and vote against it. but do your job.
Now,
So if
now,
I if I could fire them, I would, but I can't. So
I agree with
did you see that beer?
which one?
Did you see that
Oh yeah,
beer?
I
I was
think
like,
everybody
wow.
saw that on Facebook, right?
Yes, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, wow, yeah, a true sacrifice. They kept, making posts about the sacrifice that they were making. What sacrifice? You're on a private jet costing taxpayers thousands and thousands of dollars. Uh, I mean,
Well, see,
yeah,
I mean, if I was them, I would have preferred at least getting some kind of bottles of liquor instead of some beer. Me personally, right? But
uh,
uh, I mean, we've been following you as far as your message and everything, and we really appreciate the way you're kind of going about this. Now, can you tell our viewers what it was that made you come out and run for Congress? I mean, I understand that from looking in your background, you are a wife. You are a wife of a border patrol agent, if I'm not
right,
mistaken, correct?
right.
I know maybe a lot of the influence could be coming from that because we do have a lot of border patrols that have come out, have said, or not publicly, because of course there was the whole, don't say anything public, gag order, this and that, and everything.
Right,
But you come from a family that your family leader is a border patrol, so
right.
I'm sure you do have a lot of stories that between the family they get
Mhm,
said or what's going on, the situation and everything.
mhm.
Is that the main influence of what's going on, or what was the reason that made you start this initiative for Mayra Flores for Congress? What was the motivating factor here?
Of course, that's one of them. That's not the main reason. I've been involved in the local politics for 4 years, and I just didn't don't see anyone else being able to flip this district. It takes a lot, and it takes someone who knows how to do the job. And I don't mean that in having some type of education, because I don't believe that you have to be a lawyer, you have to be this and this and that. First of all, you just need to love this country.
Yeah.
I do. That's number one. You have to love this country. You have to respect this country, and anyone can run for Congress. But I've been involved in the local politics for 4 years. I understand my community very well. I've helped other candidates block walk, phone bank, fundraise. It really does take a lot of you, a lot of your family to actually run for Congress. A lot of people tell me, well, you don't have the money to run for Congress. Well, I don't have the money, but I will raise it. I know how to do it. I've helped other candidates before. I can do it for myself. So those are the things that got me to want to get involved and actually run for Congress. And just seeing, like I said, District 34 has had so many losses. I want to give a win to this district. This is where I'm from. This is where I was raised. This is where I work every single day, where I see poverty every single day, where I see my hometown of San Benito not get any better. Those are the things that just motivate me to run for Congress. And like I said, I just don't see it being done if I don't do it. I feel like I have to do it. It's really a sacrifice because I love being with my family. So I'm starting to miss a lot of those important birthdays and family events, and I think that's what hurts me the most. But I try to think, well, this is for them. This is for my children. This is for the children of District 34. But in general, it's for the children of this country. I want them to have the same opportunities that I had. I strongly believe in the American dream, and I want to fight so that others can achieve it as well.
No, absolutely, and I think that's what we all want as parents. Me having children myself, is we want to advance them as much as possible and give them
Yeah,
the advantage that maybe we didn't have growing up. Now, I've
right.
read your background, how you had to come into the country, and that your father had a big part in that. So I can
Yes,
totally appreciate that, because both of my parents were also born in Mexico, and they came and did it in a way that was legal. Now, what brings me into that is that, my father, my mother, they were both born in Mexico.
mhm.
They came over here to the United States and did the legal process. Where's your stance as far as when it comes with, I mean, there's nothing else I can call it but a border crisis. I mean, whether or not anybody else calls it a border crisis or not, to
It is.
me, it is what it is. So,
It's a
um,
humanitarian crisis.
where are you in that kind of stance? Are you for securing our borders? Are you for letting them come and get amnesty, or what's your take on that?
Absolutely, I'm for border security. Absolutely. Being from Mexico, I understand the way our borders work. The cartel has taken over Tamaulipas, pretty much all northern Mexico. You cannot cross to this country without paying the cartel. So, what are you doing? You are funding a criminal organization that is terrorizing Mexico, that is terrorizing our families. These criminal organizations have taken so much from us. They've taken so much from me that I can't even go visit my family. I used to be able to visit them once a month. My grandparents are in Mexico. I have uncles and aunts that I love dearly that I used to be able to visit. I can't do that anymore. So they've taken that away from me, but not only from me, they've taken that away from so many people here in South Texas. So many of us have families in Mexico that we're not able to see because of the cartel. So by me supporting illegal immigration, I'm supporting the cartel. So we have to figure out a way to encourage people to come here the legal way. So I rather focus on the legal process. Why are people coming here illegally and not legally? How can we encourage them to do it the right way? If they're able to pay $8,000, $10,000 to the cartel, they can pay that to us to process their paperwork the right way and not fund a criminal organization that is part of child trafficking, that is part of human trafficking. So much disgusting things are happening in our border. Children are being abused and raped, women are being abused and raped, and on an alarming numbers. We've had already over 1 million apprehensions this year. 1 million apprehensions. We've had thousands and thousands of children coming in alone, completely alone, with a paper in their pockets, with a phone number. But what guarantees us that we are sending these children to families? Because we're not doing DNA tests. Those things that stopped. So do you actually think that we're actually sending these children to families? Because I guarantee you that we're not. Not every child has a pocket in their pocket a phone number that is actually their family member. It could be
Yeah.
a child trafficker, and we're going to ruin their entire life. Are we doing it purposely? No, we're not doing it purposely, but we're doing things wrong. And if we focus on the legal process, we're going to be able to protect thousands and thousands of children and prevent so many abuses that are happening in our border. And it's just not the same anymore. Like I said, I used to go to Mexico all the time. We used to have a great time in Mexico. You're not able to do those things anymore. That is the reality. It's a sad reality, but that is what's happening. I'm not making these things up. It's real. So we have to focus on the legal process. I'm against illegal immigration, 100%. Um, but I understand why people want to come here to this country. It is the greatest country in the world. To me, there's nothing better. So I get it. I understand, but we need to figure out a way for them to come here the legal way. But at the end of the day, this is not their fault. This is this administration. They have created policies that have created this crisis. They're seeing an opportunity to come to the greatest country in the world. They're going to take it. Again, it's our policies, the Biden administration policies that are creating this crisis. No one else. This is on them.
Now, I think you touched a little bit about this earlier. As far as your competition, you mentioned somebody that was running and they decided not to run or something like that. How's your
Filemon
competition
Vela.
district? Yes.
Filemon Vela is a current congressman in this
Okay.
area. So within 30 days of my announcement, he said, I'm not running for re-election. So this seat is open, is an open seat. So it's a bigger opportunity for us. And when I made my announcement, I had no idea he was going to make this announcement. But like I said, he made it because he wasn't willing to work for it.
So as of right now, you
Mhm.
are the only one that has come out for this seat. Am I correct?
No, there on the Democrat side, there was recently an announcement, and on the Republican side, I've heard there's also been some announcements, but not anyone I consider an opponent.
I like that. I like that. I like that. A little bit of cockiness to it. But see, I think that no. I mean, you laugh about it, but I think that's the way you have to kind of take it as
I'm working really hard. I'm working really hard. If you're not helping, move out of the way. This isn't about you. This is about my children. This is about the children of District 34, the future of this country. So, don't take it personal, but, I'm just not willing to, lose and lose and lose again. We're losing our country. So, it's this this means a lot to me. And I just feel like if you need to take it serious, it needs to be taken serious.
no. I mean, you kind of have us convinced here. I think that part of a situation, whenever you're trying to run for these positions, whether it's a congressional position, whether it's a state representative, whether it's the Senate, you got to have some kind of swag to what you're doing, a confidence, and
Yeah.
I mean, we've interviewed several, we've interviewed the state representative in our area. We've interviewed the senator in our area, and I'll go ahead and say I'm very impressed as to the confidence that you bring to the table. Now, I know that maybe
Thank
in
you. But
my
it's the
area.
people. It's the people that give me the confidence, the people that I meet every single day. I meet people every single day. I knock their door. There's not a day that I don't meet someone, and they're the ones that are giving me the confidence um, to know that I'm gonna win this district. They're the ones that give me, that confidence that I have, and truly blessed.
Oh yeah, I mean, with your statement of oh, I don't see them as competition. I think that
We don't need weak Republicans. We don't need nice Republicans. I mean, I get it. They're all nice, but we need to win. We need the strongest Republican to go against the Democrat. This is very serious. This is about the future of our country, and that's all I can say.
well, let me get at this now. You're talking about you need a strong Republican. Lately, the Republican Party has been, I guess, for lack of a better word, divided a bit.
Mhm.
There is a fight within the Republican Party, which I mean, people that keep up with political, arenas see it, recognize it, and know it. And I guess, lack for a better word, you have your GOP, which is I guess, establishment, right? And then you have your like I said, a lack for a better term, Trump Republican.
Right.
Now, where in that spectrum does Mayra Flores fall? I think we're real curious because, of course, you have your GOP that has, you know, and me myself is it, and this is just my take on it, is that I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm a conservative.
Independent.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
conservative. I'm a conservative.
Conservative.
But a lot of what people in our area, especially in the border,
Mhm.
is that they don't understand the difference. I was raised by I have an uncle that's been a politician since I was a younger, you know, very young, and I was always instilled with Democrat that Democrats are for this, Democrats are for that.
For the
Until
poor,
yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly.
The
You know, I
Democrats are for the poor people.
exactly, and that's the way I grew up. You know, we
Me
didn't have
too.
the means of other people, and you know that's all right. We've done very well for ourselves, but I mean that's the way I grew up until I started reading a lot of stuff into myself, and you know, taking it into my own hands, and actually recognizing what the difference is between the two parties, and recognizing, you know, what the turmoil going on in the what's the turmoil going on in the Republican Party right now, because there is very much a division, a fight, or whatever it is that you want to call it, in the Republican Party now. I think what most of the constituents are interested in is knowing where Mayra Flores stands in that spectrum of GOP, like I said, for a lack of a better word, Trump Republican, and all this America First thing, which is very reasonable in my opinion. But
Mhm.
where is it that Mayra Flores stands for in that spectrum?
Well, I'm an America First Republican, but you're right. We were all raised, with strong conservative values, right? That have made us who we are. I'm, I was raised with strong conservative values, God, life, and family. So those are the values that align with the Republican Party.
Mhm.
But I do see so much division amongst each other, but also Republicans and Democrats. But to be honest with you, I try to just focus here, what's happening here. I try to focus in what I see every single day. So I might see something on TV, but it's not what I'm actually seeing here. So I try to focus on what's happening within my community. So I try to stay away from all that. I think I'll lose sight of what I'm doing, and I'll lose sight that this isn't about the party. This is about the people. This is about we the people. So I try not to get too into the party. Like I said, I'm a proud Republican, but I will never put the party first. First is God. First is my family. It's the people I represent. Those are the things that matter to me the most, not a political party. And I think what's happening today is that everyone is putting their political party first. They're forgetting
Yes.
about their values, they're forgetting about their families, they're forgetting about the people that elected them to be there. Like I said, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. If they're not doing their job, vote them out. You don't owe them anything. We shouldn't be loyal to no party. We should only be loyal to God. That's it. And I feel like so many people, have told me many times, but I've always voted Democrat. So what? So what? You can vote Republican. Are they paying you? Are they paying your bills? No. If anything, they're taking away your money. I want you to keep your money. I want you to be able to keep more money in your pockets because it's your money. See, Democrats want to take away your money and divide it amongst other people that don't work for it. And then those people will now support the Democrat Party, but you're going to be upset because they're taking away the money. But The Democrats wanting to keep other people happy, so they're going to be giving money to other people. You know, the Democrat Party is for the poor people because that's what they do. They create poverty to control you, to control your vote. So I've had so many people tell me, well, if I vote Republican, they're going to take away my assistance. Absolutely not. We're not here to take away no government assistance. My family asked for assistance growing up. I think it's great that in this country we have assistance that is able to help us to get through difficult times. But what I don't want is for it to be a form of living. I want your children, I want you to have opportunities. I want you to have you decide what you want to do. If this is the way you want to live for the rest of your life, or you want to go this way. So I'm all about giving you opportunities. I'm not here, or the Republican Party is here to take away no government assistance. We're here to give opportunities. That's it.
I mean, wow. I'm very impressed by the way you are able to answer these questions. I'm kind of
Thank you.
I don't want to say blown away, but like wow.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
no. And I think a lot of people can back me up when I say I'm the very one to throw shade, as they call it nowadays, shade whenever right. But I mean, you're saying the right things. I mean, me talking personally and reading some of the comments that come in. I don't know if you can read the comments that are
No,
no. Uh,
no, it's
uh,
okay.
no, it's disappointing because I hope you look back and it seems from a district that is not, your district. Personally, I mean, you have a lot of support from we are the Congressional 23rd. Now, one thing I did want to touch on, and it might be a
Yes.
little difficult, and we'll make this, the last
Okay.
little question that we throw out.
Hmm.
A lot of the people here have had a lot of problems with the Republican candidate or the congressman that we have here in the 23rd. And I mean, I hate to pit. Yeah,
I knew this question was coming, so it's
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I have to ask
Hmm.
because if my community does not have anything to compare to what we have, compared to like other districts and stuff like that,
Hmm.
then we don't know any better. You get what I'm saying? So
Right,
comparison, as we grow up in education, you always have to have a comparison to where, if you're only taught one thing, that's the only thing you know. Now,
right.
I don't mean to pit you against anybody. That's not the point. But there is a lot of turmoil that has been caused with a lot of moves that the Republican candidate Tony Gonzalez in our area, the District 23,
Right.
that has
Hmm.
been kind of has his Republican values, and we respect that, but
Right.
has also catered to uh, the immigration crisis that we're having by
Hmm.
supporting facilities to be built for these immigrants. Now, in a lot of what I get from not only our viewers, but of course the values that I
Right.
have is that you
Mm.
build facilities, and how is it they say, if you build it, they will come.
Right.
So, what is your stance on that? Now, again, I'm not trying to pit you
It's
against
okay.
Congressman
It's
Gonzalez
okay.
like
No,
that,
and I
but
have a lot of I have a lot of respect for him. I do. And amongst Republicans, we will always have things that we're going to agree and disagree, and that's okay. Um, Tony Gonzalez, like I said, I have a lot of respect for him, but I believe that we should send everyone back. I do, especially our children. We want to send them back to their loved ones. We want to send a strong message. If we continue to allow them to come here, it sends them a message to keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on coming, right? But they're going to keep on coming no matter what. You know what? Because you know why? Because our president is not going to do anything about it. He has to make the changes. It comes from the top. His policies are creating this crisis. So, what do? If the people at the top are not sending him back, our Border Patrol agents honestly are in a very difficult situation because they have nowhere to put him and they need relief.
Yeah.
Our agents are in facilities where they're housing 5,000 people and they're only supposed to house like 300, but they have like 5,000. So what do? If the administration at the top is not creating policies that is allowing them to deport them back, you know so I think it's very difficult. Like I said, I see our Border Patrol agents wanting the help. They want them to take away from their custody these people because there's more and more and more coming in. So our Border Patrol agents are just doing their job. Well, they're not even able to do their job, right? They're not able to do what they're supposed to be doing because they're focused on this crisis that the Democrat Party has created. But this needs to come from the top. Congress needs to put a stop to it. Congress needs to send a message to the Biden administration that they will not continue to allow this crisis to continue. Again, it comes from the top, but me personally, I would be advocating and pushing and fighting for these children and for these families to be sent back, so less people will are willing to come through this dangerous journey where they're being abused, where women and children are being raped. That's the reality. So I want to send a strong message. And how do you do that? You send them back. And they're not going to come because they're going to send them back. They're going to send us back. Why are we going to sacrifice our lives and why are we going to pay thousands of dollars if they're going to send us right back? But if we're telling the people, well, don't come, but if you come, you get to stay. What message is that? Don't. That's what Biden's administration is doing. That's what Kamala Harris did when she went to Guatemala. She said, do not come. But their actions are saying, well, but if you do, you get to stay. Don't come,
Yeah.
but if you do, you get to stay. So they're going to keep on coming until we secure borders. They're not secure. And Congress does need to stop coming to the South Texas. Unless you're going to actually do something about it, then yes, come to South Texas, take all the pictures that you want. But I just feel like so many people are just coming here to South Texas just to come and take pictures and look what's happening. But I want them to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Not just come here for pictures and that's it. Like our Border Patrol agents are really needing some relief, and I feel like sometimes they're wasting their time because there's a lot of work to do, and they're having to cater to people coming here to South Texas. So all I can say is that do something about it. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Stop complaining. The Democrat Party, is not doing anything. Do something about it.
Absolutely. We couldn't agree with you anymore.
Yeah.
Now we've taken a lot of your time, Myra.
It's okay.
No.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it. I don't know if maybe you have any last words for the viewers that we have. We've been around 30, 40 viewers live, and many more are going to see this, after the fact. But anything else you want to say? Any final words you want to say? And before, we really want to thank you again for taking the time. I know being on the campaign trail, so to speak, is pretty busy. You're here up and down, and I'll throw this out again, as I always do, is our own congressman in our area hasn't been able to take the time to come on and take in any interviews with us. So that's why we're very appreciative of you, a candidate, not our congresswoman yet. Hopefully,
22.
Yeah, exactly. Not yet, right? And we hope to have you in the future. You may not
Right.
be in our district, but of course, the way you vote does affect us as a
Absolutely.
congresswoman as a whole. But
Yes, absolutely. It does. So it doesn't matter that I'm not in your area. My voice, my vote is also fighting for you as well. And we need a strong conservative leadership here in South Texas to protect our borders so nothing goes your way. So a lot of the things that are happening here in South Texas, it isn't just staying here. It's heading to your home as well. So that's why it's so important for us to elect conservative leadership here in South Texas to secure our borders. And my message to the people is to not put your conservative values, God, your family aside for a political party. Think about your faith. Think about what's best for your family. For so long, we're always thinking about what's best for other people. No, what's best for you? What's best for your children? So I ask you not to put a political party first. Put yourself, your family, put God first. And I just want you to know that I'm a proud Republican, but I'm here to represent all people, and the future of the children of this country matters to me. It's very important, just like it matters for my children. And just thank you for having me. I'm humble to be running for office. It's really an honor. It really is to serve the people of this country because this country has just done so much for me. This is the least that I could do. It's time to give back.
no, no, and we thank you. Honestly, we do. A
Thank
quick
you.
question. It came out in the comments, so and it was an interesting
Okay.
one. It says, question: West or Abbott? It came out.
No.
I'm looking at it right now. I
Yes.
asked.
I
It
have
came.
a lot of respect. We have great candidates, and a lot of the people that support me support Abbott. A lot of the people support Abbott. Um, and of course, Wes, there's many other candidates as well that I respect that are running for governor. And I have to respect, my supporters as well. I don't want to upset anyone, or I don't want to influence anyone to vote. That this is my personal vote. I want everyone to make their own decision. They're smart enough, and if I don't want my who I'm voting for to influence anyone. So
No, no,
I'm going to focus in my congressional race. That's it.
no, yeah, yeah, and I asked because it came from a comment and it came from
Yes, of course. Yeah, a
one
lot
of
of
our
people have been
followers.
asking me.
I mean,
It's okay.
I'm real loyal to those that follow us on a daily basis, that are watching our news on a daily basis, that are always commenting and always there. And I saw him pop out. Ray
Yes.
Vasquez, we'll call him out, and he asked that, and I
Thank
just
you, Ray, for the question.
so yeah.
But you
But
vote for whoever you want.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Myra, I cannot thank you enough. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it for taking the time,
God bless
and
you.
we wish you nothing on the best coming up. And
Thank
I
you.
mean, hopefully, coming a little bit soon with the elections, maybe we can bring you back on again, and so you can update
Absolutely.
us on how your campaign trail is going and
Thank
everything.
you.
And again, I cannot appreciate you enough for giving us the time and
Thank
giving us
you.
a chance to ask you some questions, and we look forward to asking you some questions again in the future.
Absolutely. God bless you and God bless everyone who's watching and God bless America.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Myra. Good
You're
talking.
welcome. Bye
All
bye.
right.
Have a good one.
You too. Guys, there you have it. Mayra Flores, congressional candidate. She's running for Congress, woman for District 34. It is not in our district, of course. We have Tony Gonzalez in our district, which is the 23rd district. But we do want to bring you several different candidates across our state, especially congressional candidates, but because they do affect the way our life is by having their vote. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Those that tuned in, I know some people go in and out. Thank y'all for the comments and everything. We didn't get too much to the comments this time because we wanted to focus on the actual questions that we wanted to ask this candidate, because we're real curious to compare other candidates in other areas, especially when it comes to the rural border areas that are similar to ours. And again, as I mentioned, Congressman Tony Gonzalez has not gone back to us. He has not tried to respond to us to try to have an interview with us, and we're really disappointed that we're able to get other candidates from other districts to sit down with us and talk with us about these issues. And again, I was very impressed by Miss Mayra Flores running for Congress, and she seems to have everything very well taken care of and under control, and has her values, conservative values, with which a lot of people do not understand that we grew up in this area with conservative values. And I think that's what the only message we're trying to get across. Now, what we're gonna do again is run down our sponsors, because without our sponsors, without our audience, that you guys watching us, we're nobody out here. So Rodriguez Consulting and Services, guys, 830-971-4068. You're trying to look for any type of startup a business, startup a nonprofit. This is the guy to go. Rodriguez Consulting and Services. They take care of my businesses. They take care of my finances. If there's anybody that you need to be going to, it's Rodriguez Consulting and Services. For your drinks, El Gave Liquors, guys. This is the best place to find any type of liquor you are looking for, whether it's a whiskey, a bourbon, a tequila, a scotch. Hit up Agave Liquors, 757-6655, a great sponsor of ours. We just stopped by earlier before this show. Hit up Miss Laura. She'll help you with anything you're looking for. Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon. It doesn't matter about angles. It's a matter about quality and taste. Remember that, guys. 830-513-7250. Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon. Eat Fit Eagle Pass. Guys, you want to get the body you want. You want to get the body you deserve. You want to get the body that turns heads around. Eat Fit Eagle Pass. 513-4832. Order your meal preps. They're good to go, guys. Very delicious. Tint Masters, guys. You want your tints nice, whatever they can accommodate you, any kind of thing you kind of want out there, any kind of tints you need, any kind of vehicle. Hit my boy Carl Kidd, 830-752-2420. Last but not least, First Choice Home Medical Supplies. It's first choice, and there's no other choice, guys. First choice, Home Medical Supplies. There's no choice but first choice. 830-872-0012. Guys, I want to thank y'all for joining our podcast. We bring our regular Wednesday podcasts. If there's any other days that we have out there, we'll be more than certain to advertise. But expect us every Wednesday, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll be here interviewing people that affect our way of living, which is politicians, people that are running for political positions, people around the community. And we're here for you guys, for the community. It's not anything that we benefit from, but it's a benefit for the community, and that's what we're always about. Billy, you're talking about Eagle Pass. Are you going to go again for Eagle Pass now? Eagle Pass, we're all about Eagle Pass, Billy. You know that, Billy. A good friend of ours, Billy Perez, Eat Fit Eagle Pass. Meal preps, ready to go. Most delicious meal preps in the city of Eagle Pass, guys. I want to thank y'all again for tuning in. I know I always repeat myself, but you guys are the best, tuning in, taking your time to view these things that we're trying to have for you. We really appreciate it. Go support our sponsors, the sponsors we mentioned. because they make everything possible just as much as the community makes everything possible watching these shows that we have for you guys. So until next time, I just want to thank y'all for joining in, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, maybe sometime sooner. We do have some very interesting news, guys, coming out. I don't want to say anything, but it is about an information request that we put with the city of Eagle Pass. Very interesting information coming out within the next few days. You guys don't want to miss it. So follow our page, the Rising Texan 2.0, to come out with some interesting information that nobody else reports about our town. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love our audience, and we'll see you guys next time.